Well, it looks like Google is the latest company here ending its DEI hiring goals. As you know, as of late, last few years really, DEI mandates at companies have been a major priority where companies are kind of in a way almost forced to hire people based not on qualifications and or merit, but rather diversity, equity, and inclusion. You can agree with DEI, and there are some positive things about DEI, or you can disagree, but either way, remain civil in the comments, please. Now, keep in mind, there is a difference between diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, and woke. I'm not talking about woke. People coined this, if you go woke, you go broke. This has nothing to do with woke or wokeness. This is diversity, equity, and inclusion. So with that, let's dive into some of the positive impacts of DEI. How about increased innovation and creativity? Apparently, diverse teams bring a wider range of perspectives and experiences, leading to better problem solving and more innovative ideas. That kind of makes sense. Studies have shown a collaborative effort between diverse leadership teams and higher revenues from innovation. Improved financial performance. Again, keep in mind, we're talking about DEI here and not about wokeness. So companies with diverse executive teams are more likely to outperform their peers in productivity. This is likely due to better decision making, a deeper understanding of diverse markets, and increased innovation again. And what about enhanced reputation and brand value? Maybe companies with strong DEI practices are more attractive to customers, employees, and investors. Customers are increasingly drawn to brands that align with their values, and DEI is maybe a key factor in this equation. And this is also a pretty valid point: higher employee engagement and retention. Employees who feel valued and included are more likely to be engaged, productive, and committed to their organization. DEI incentives can also reduce turnover and thus save on recruitment and training costs. And finally, how about better risk management? Diverse boards and leadership teams are more likely to practice better governance and oversight, reducing the risks associated with ethical breaches and compliance failures. Now, what are some of the potential challenges and concerns when it comes to DEI? Well, let's jump into that now. So how is it, or is it possible, to implement DEI? Implementation is extremely difficult, and this is the first point here. So creating a truly inclusive culture within a company requires more than just setting targets. It involves addressing systemic biases, fostering a sense of belonging, and ensuring equitable opportunities for every single person in that company. This can be almost impossible, certainly very complex, and requires a massive amount of effort. Now, there's also the potential for tokenism, and tokenism is kind of like being fake, saying that your company is implementing DEI, but it really isn't. What they do is they hire one or two people just to say they are that, but they're not really truly implementing DEI all across the board. And how about the legal and potential backlash from either implementing DEI or not? Because it really depends on what side of the fence that you are on. Maybe you, for example, don't want to work at a company with all of these DEI initiatives in it. That could be you. But on the flip side of that, someone else might want to be hired by a company that implements things like that. So it's a very complex, evolving legal landscape for these companies. Now, how about disruption? Is there a potential for short-term disruption within a company? Implementing DEI initiatives may require some initial adjustments and training, which could temporarily impact productivity. However, the long-term benefits are likely to outweigh any short-term disruptions. Now, what about a company takes DEI extremely seriously, so it's front and center? Well, that can actually backfire in some cases, because let's just say you hire 50% of your employees based on merit. So education and qualifications, as well as, skills, and they can actually do the job that they were assigned to do. But the other half, the rest of the employees, are not based on merit. They're basically hired because of these DEI programs that are in place at this particular company. So you can see where the people who were hired based upon merit, who are getting paid the same as the other half, would consider that they're treated unfairly. And if this happens, it could literally tear a company apart, or at least lower the overall morale within the company. Now, this is a very hot topic, and people get really roiled up when they're talking about DEI. DEI initiatives have the potential to bring significant benefits to business, including increased innovation, improved financial performance, and stronger reputation. However, they can also come with challenges and require careful planning and implementation. They certainly do. It's important for companies to focus on creating truly, not fake, not tokenism, truly inclusive cultures within the company where all employees feel valued and respected. So let us know in a very diverse, equitable, and inclusive way how you feel about DEI.